Hello? Is this thing on? Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the best wellness hub on the internet. Okay. If you hit a plateau, let me be the first to say congratulations. I'm so happy for you because it means that you're making progress. Okay. If you're just learning about what a plateau is and all of this weight loss journey, stay tuned. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Plateaus will happen. They're very possible. However, I can tell you from experience that when I hit plateaus, it was because my diet was not sustainable enough. It did not sync and match up with my lifestyle. By tracking my intake, I can make small adjustments from week to week where necessary. Usually I go around 21 days plus before making any changes and making sure that I've established that consistency and found that sweet spot of loss when the goal is weight loss. And I do the same thing with my clients. So if they are experiencing a plateau when they come to me, say from another coach or a different type of dieting method that they've been following, I can easily make adjustments to their intake and help them to overcome the plateaus. So if you are a person that's struggling with plateaus and you're trying to figure out why isn't the scale moving, check your intake. Start tracking your intake for a couple weeks and making sure that it's consistent. Because like I tell my clients, it's the one area that you can control. You may not be able to control inflammation. You may not be able to control when your body's holding on to more salt. But you can control the things that you actually put into your mouth. So if you have any questions about how to overcome plateaus, how I've helped others to overcome plateaus, how I avoid them for myself, slide into my DMs and I would love to chat with you about it.
If your weight loss has come to a standstill or you have hit a plateau, here is what you need to do. When we're in a calorie deficit with the goal of losing fat for an extended period of time, say anywhere from 4+ weeks, can be really common to see plateaus where we no longer see the weight loss results that we were seeing previously and the rate of loss just starts to slow down. The first thing you need to do is actually determine whether you have hit a plateau or not. A few things that you need to think about before deciding to make any changes that I'm going to recommend in the back half of this video. One, how adherent are you actually being? Because if you are like, yeah, these are my calories, I'm sticking to it, but then you're not actually weighing everything, like all of your food, eating meals out, not being super consistent with those calories, then you're not really following the plan properly and it's quite hard to make decisions and make a plan of attack for what to do. So first of all, tighten everything up, make sure you're tracking everything, you're being really consistent, and then if you're still not seeing those losses, then you can do something about it. The second thing is how are you actually tracking this data? Are you just going off photos? Are you just going off scale weight? Because it's a whole comprehensive picture we need to look at when we consider our fat loss. Personally for me, I do daily weigh-ins and I check the average. If you're doing random weigh-ins, it can give you some inaccurate data, and I've spoken about this in heaps of previous videos. Photos, tape measurements. You guys have seen my data horse spreadsheet. I track everything: stress, sleep, training, period, where I'm at in my cycle, all of it. This paints a picture for how I'm actually going and if there are going to be any weird things on the scale that are like jumping up and down. I know it's not actually a plateau, it's just one of these factors is out. Remember, it is completely normal to see fluctuations depending on what's going on in our life. Check in on your sleep, check in on your stress. If these things are kind of out of whack, then you're probably not in a plateau, you're just experiencing water retention and fluctuations. You're at in your cycle and your period can all factor into them. If these things are all in check and they're not contributing to what's going on, you have noticed that you haven't been dropping for say 2 weeks. I know it's hard to be stuck in a plateau for 2 weeks, but I would say give it 2 weeks, fixing all these things and being like, okay, you know what? I haven't changed for 2 weeks. Now it's time to do something. What do you actually do? Dropping calories is going to be the easiest place to start. However, not everyone has this luxury because depending on what calories you've started on, if your calories are already really low, if you're already really struggling to stick to them, then dropping calories is not going to be an option for you because it's just going to be a really hard slog depending on how much of the deficit you've got remaining. Like if it's 4 weeks or something and you got to drop calories, that's going to be no good. Second thing is adding in more steps. So you guys should be tracking your daily steps and having a goal. Doesn't have to be 10,000. I would say just an extra 2,000 on what you're normally doing anyway. If you have room, again, this all depends. If you have room to add more steps, like if you're already doing like 15, 20K, not going to be adding more steps. 10, yeah, you could go up to 12k steps a day, and that can just help get you over, increase your energy expenditure, because we do experience a down regulation in our NEAT, our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So things like using our hands to talk, steps, walking, playing with our hair, these little incidental movements that accumulate across the day and contribute to our energy expenditure. Having a step goal can really help to ensure that we're not experiencing that NEAT down regulation. The next thing is adding in some planned cardio. So if I was really struggling and I couldn't drop my calories, I would add in 1 to 2 cardio sessions. It could be whatever you want. It could be steps on the Stairmaster, low intensity steady state on the treadmill, some HIIT, some running. Be 30 minutes for that low intensity steady state. Could even be 20 minutes twice a week or once a week, and then you can add another session in 2 weeks time if you're not really seeing a change. Or it could be 15-20 minutes of HIIT. Now, if you're doing all those things, there's a chance that you're just doing too much. Like if you're on super low calories, you're doing heaps of daily steps and you're doing heaps of cardio and you're not losing, that plateau, I'm gonna say 90% of the time, is because of water retention and stress, because there's just so much pressure on our body and our system that we're just really inflamed, we're really watery, it's just too much and we're not recovering properly. So I would actually say to drop back in what you're doing, which I know feels really scary. Drop the cardio sessions, just focus on 10,000 daily steps, stick to your calorie deficit, and maybe even take a refeed day or a diet break. I'm going to do another video on diet breaks because that's something you guys have asked about, but it's essentially eating at maintenance calories for a period of time. A refeed's like a 1 to 2 day thing. A diet break is around 5 to 7 days, and it just gives your body a chance to like rest, relax, recover. You're not going to gain weight because you're eating at maintenance, and then it helps you mentally getting back into the deficit. It'll help you finish off the deficit and just help your body relax. Just because you've hit a plateau doesn't mean it's not working. You just need to be prepared to make some changes. If you do drop your calories, I would say only a 1 to 200 calorie drop depending on where you are. If you're at like 1400 calories, I wouldn't go any lower than that. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that and I will respond.
I really like how she said to tighten up on tracking. And really, essentially, what it comes down to is being accountable. One thing that could help us with this is getting a journal and writing it down and really taking a look at what it is we're putting into our mouths on a day-to-day basis. And this really helps to get your mind focused on your nutrition and essentially what's fueling your body, what you need to fuel your body based on your goals, on your recomposition goals. And I like how the lady before said this is what we can control. There's so much things that goes on in this life that we cannot control, such as food noise, And in the next video, we're going to see how we can overcome this. But we can start by what we put in our mouth. We can control at least that.
If you're gonna watch any weight loss video of mine, please let it be this one. Hi, I'm Liza. I've lost 120 pounds. I transitioned back to an office job. Not a hybrid, but a fully in office, full-time job. I had been remote for 3 years. I learned more this week than I probably have in months. I packed my breakfast and lunches every single day, and then I ate my dinners when I got home. That took off so much stress and pressure on myself that I've been having recently, because every morning when I would wake up from my remote job, being 15 feet from my kitchen, there was 10 to 15 different things that I could eat. Being in the office, there was one singular thing. That one singular thing was on plan, ate it, and just moved on with my day. This video is not to say everyone should be back in the office. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's incredible to me how much decision fatigue I was feeling first thing when I woke up in the morning. Like food noise, just immediately. I had been doing morning workouts 4 to 5, sometimes, so I would say 4 to 5 mornings every single week. Eating the same things, and I have been in a huge plateau. I've weighed 186 pounds for 6 to 7 weeks. But not only have I weighed 186 pounds, I have been bloated. I have been so fatigued. Face was retaining so much water, my fingers and my toes. I went to my boyfriend and I was like, something is wrong. I am feeling so much stress and tension within my body. Waking up, running to a workout, being a high intensity workout was stressing out my body. Even though mentally it wasn't and I was enjoying it, my body was stressed out. Right in the middle of the day, I was crashing. Like from basically like 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I was useless. I was just like sitting on the couch. I was not really doing anything. I was not really moving because I had exerted so much energy in that first part of my day. And then I wasn't adequately like feeding myself or like nutritionally giving my body back what it needed because I was just tired. This week, I have done less traditional workouts than I have in 7 or 8 weeks. And the scale moved for the first time in 7 or 8 weeks. I am just moving more overall in my day. When you work from home, it's really hard. You have to like actively find ways to move your body throughout the day because you could very well just sit in one place. I'm waking up, I'm getting dressed, I'm getting in my car, I'm going to my job, I'm walking around, I'm going to the kitchen, I'm like little things. I'm walking to my coworker's office, I'm going outside. Like all these little things were just like adding up. 2 spin classes this week. And I did 1 walk 1 day after work. That is the least amount of physical activity I have done in months. But my body feels really good. Workouts in the afternoon means that I'm waking up, I'm not stressed, I'm not putting my body through stress, I'm like making it through my day, and then I'm doing a workout, and then I'm coming home and I'm having dinner. Little movement throughout the day is like so much more impactful than trying to get in these like really super intense workouts every single day. On Sunday, my boyfriend and I sat down and we decided every single dinner that was going to happen for the week. By doing that, it took so much mental strain off of me to be like, okay, like this is what we're having for dinner every single night. We knew it a week in advance. I knew like how I was getting my protein, how I was getting my veggies, how I was getting my carbs. I was eating healthy dinners every single night. And then we still had like little sweets, like who doesn't want cookies? So there was still balance. Thing that I think is the most important, the biggest change, and the like thing that affected this weight loss the most is I slept more this week than I have in a really long time. I slept. Every night I was asleep by 11 o'clock. And like, that is insane because literally we are people who go to bed at 12, 1, 2 in the morning. I was going to sleep late, waking up early, going to sleep late, waking up early. I was constantly in this repeat cycle of just like chaos. Basically I have to be at work like by 7:45 in the morning, and that is a huge major adjustment for me. Like I've never done that in my entire life. I had to make sure that I was asleep so I could wake up. I know this is a long video, but like adequate sleep, adequate movement outside of my workouts, also doing some good workouts. My nutrition was on point, getting in steps throughout the day. My hydration, I've been drinking so much water throughout the day. It is all the things that I know to be what is successful for weight loss, but it is all the things that I was not doing. And it was just because there was just no structure. Weight loss is about preparation. This week showed me so much about what my habits were, how much my habits had changed, and how little emphasis I was putting on my actual basic needs.
Did you notice how to get over the food noise? It's literally taking away the guesswork. Okay, so your homework today is to pick one meal and repeat that for the next 21 days. Same breakfast, same lunch, same dinner. That way you do not have to think about, oh my God, what am I gonna eat? Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. What's there to eat? This is for you. You're planning it out. And another thing that I noticed, which is a very common thread amongst many people giving their testimony, is that our body is so intelligent, you know, and you got to work with it to sometimes even fool it, to do what you want it to do because you are adjusting to this new way of life. So it's kind of putting up a resistance. It's like we have to get to know our body. What is it like? What does it not like? And for sure it doesn't like the stress. And the best tip that I can give you today is to start the journey or continue the journey, because you might have started before, like I said, hit the plateau, nothing's moving. Once you start, that's when you can see, okay, I'm running into this challenge and this challenge. But if you wait, another 5 years to start, all the things that you could have learned within the 5 years from now. It's like they say, when you take action, you collect the data. So as soon as you start taking the action on your weight loss, you will start seeing, okay, this is how my body moves. This is how my body's responding. Okay, my body's responding like this to this. Oh, okay. My body likes this exercise way more. I'm seeing muscle definition because I'm doing this, as opposed to doing that. So when you start now, when you start today, okay, I don't care if it's lying on your back and fluttering your feet, I don't care if it's raising the roof, sitting down and raising the roof. It's something that is different that you're not using. And then from there, you can start building a routine because we don't want to just do random things. We want to train the muscle or condition them.
I'm sorry, but who was gonna tell me about one pot dishes? Okay, why didn't I know about that? I have chefed it up today, and I'm gonna share with you guys my lemon garlic chicken orzo. I think it's a great option for meal prep. It took me less than 30 minutes. It's delicious, it's tasty, and yeah, let's do it.
Why does that look so good and so easy to make? One thing I have not tried yet is the chicken broth with the rice. I've not tried to cook the rice with chicken broth, beef broth, or veggie broth yet. I don't know why. But the way how the chicken came out, oh my goodness. And I just love the spinach. Just a little bit of prep. Let me know in the comments if you all cook your rice like this. Look at this spinach. Ooh, and the Parmesan cheese on top. Chef's kiss.
Let's just talk real quick. I am 36 years old and a mom of 2. I was struggling so ridiculously not that long ago. I was exhausted. I couldn't get through daily activities, like basic stuff, like laundry and cooking and just being there for my family. I was bloating every single day. I did 3 things, maybe 4. I did 3 to 4 things, and they've changed everything for me. And so I'm gonna tell you what they are. You need to stop eating the processed foods. Drop the packages until you know what to look for. Just stop. Number 2, when you go to the grocery store, if it's in an aisle, got stuff on 2 sides, you don't shop there. That's not your section for the next 2 months. You shop on the outside perimeter of the grocery store. Basically, if it comes out of the ground, you can eat it. 3, you're gonna start walking, like just move. I don't need you to go crazy 10K steps, get the Apple Watch, like, I didn't hit it today. I tried that. It was obsessive. I was still bloated. I need you to walk. A walking pad. It's like $100 on Amazon. Put it in front of your TV. Watch the TV while you do the walking. Double whammy. I don't walk without watching TV. I'm sorry. I am lazy and I'm just not going to do it. And the last thing, you're going to have to figure out how to make whole foods that you actually like to eat. You need to eat real food, and you need to get enough of it, not a little bit.
If you've been debating on getting on that Stairmaster, I'm about to show you pictures that show you why you should. If you're trying to change anything. If not, vibe out and do something else. So this was me when I was like, all right, Alyssa, let's get it together again. Because like, I was working out every single day. And I'm like, okay, why is the body not bodying the way it should be bodying? And I was like, all right, let's do something about that, right? This was before any Stairmaster. This is after doing it like 40-ish times. You guys see the difference, right? I found this collage my friend Chloe made, and I have the same shirt on, and this was with my 30-day challenge on the Stairmaster, and you could just see how my back is really shaping out and my butt is really lifting. Look at how my back shrunk. Look at how my booty lifted. Look at how just my arms, everything. I can show you guys more pictures. I just chose the minute selection, but it is an awesome form of cardio. It just gets everything so shedded. And if you want that, get on that Stairmaster now.
And if your reverse lunges are trash, it's because you're making these mistakes. Before we get 2 dumbbells, let's start off with 1 dumbbell. Whichever side the dumbbell is on, that's the leg that's going back. First, I see too many people doing this, trying to go straight back. You have to separate the legs so when you go back, it's stable. Now I'm able to sit into my lunge perfectly without wobbling. The only thing that should be moving is your lower body after you position your top half. If you want more of quads, sit upright straight. If you want more glutes, lean slightly forward, hinge back. Let me say this, you can definitely hold on to something while you're doing reverse lunges. Please do not be scared to do so.
Black queens, go to the gym. Go to the gym. And yes, for your physical, your mental, absolutely. I am a product of all that. I support that. I preach that. But in addition to exposure therapy. If you don't know what exposure therapy is, you want to keep listening. Black women in particular, society has bucketed us, has tried to position us to be small, to shrink, to not take up space, to be quiet. All these things that I feel like we've learned at a very young age. And so as we've gotten older into adulthood, it is now our job for ourselves and for other Black women, honestly, to reprogram our minds. It is our job to understand that, yes, it is okay to take up space. It is okay to speak up. We deserve to be in spaces that don't necessarily want us to be there. All those things. And as someone who's gone to the gym for years at this point, I have seen how my confidence has increased because of the gym, because of my consistency. I go into the gym more than just for the physical and the mental, but it helps understand and remind me that it's okay to take up space, that I can speak up, that I belong there. So if you are someone that frequents the gym already, you might already have these feelings. But if you are someone that is thinking about going to the gym, go to the gym for your confidence. Go to the gym to remind yourself that you deserve to take up space, that you don't need to shrink yourself, that you belong there. And I feel like those same lessons and mindset shifts will impact every other aspect of your life in and outside the gym. So if nothing else, go to the gym. Thank me later.
If you made it this far in the video, give this video a like. I know that you are the type of person who is ready to make changes in your life. You could be in your bed. You could be bedridden. But you know that there's something that you can do today that will move you in the right direction. The point is to get yourself back up on your feet. And if you're on your feet, even better. If you can get on the floor, even better. And again, these movements that we do on the floor, we can do in the bed.
So if you are going to the gym for 30 days straight, being consistent, being disciplined with your diet, and you're not seeing improvement in the gym, I need you to reevaluate what you're doing. See, our bodies, they like to stay in something called homeostasis. It's like a set point where they feel comfortable. And the point to improve is to push yourself past that comfort zone. Your body's always trying to get you to do things to stay in its comfort zone, and the only way that you're going to improve if you push yourself past that. Most of the time, you quit because your mind tells you to, but your body's not necessarily ready to quit. And if you want to improve, you need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I need you guys to reevaluate your workouts, maybe push harder in the gym, get your mindset right to where you can go longer, and I bet you that you will see more improvement.
Walking and getting so many steps in has become a trend on this here app. And as a running coach, a long distance marathon, half marathon running coach, I have loved that for all of the low impact cardio girlies. For the girlies that don't want to run long distance, won't run long distance, don't want to run at all. I just love that walking has had a resurgence, but unfortunately, as trends go, it's gotten a little bit toxic. And on the flip side of that, people are demonizing getting that many steps in. I saw a girl talk about the fact that getting 20,000 steps is 13 miles, and that's a 3-hour cardio workout. And cool, you know, that is a long time, that is a long workout. And as diet culture has made its resurgence, I understand the conflict, but I have two perspectives that I'd like to add to the conversation. One being that walking is inherently good. It's good for you. As a human being that has 2 working legs, you should be able to walk, and you should walk to get a cardiovascular workout in. Obviously, I'm speaking to people who have the anatomy that allows them to walk and move their body in such ways. Diet culture and toxic beauty standards ruin the word workout for all of us, but that leads me to my second perspective, and it's that if you've traveled abroad, you know that you walk a whole lot. Anytime I'm out of town, out of the country, I do at least 6 to 7 miles for my daily commute, my tourism walks, and like seeing things around the city. And these are cities that are walkable, where everybody walks or bikes or takes the bus or public transits. It's only really in America and a lot of, unfortunately, major cities in America that are not walkable. Just like any other cardiovascular movement, you're going to lose weight because of all the movement and the burning of calories. But it's pretty damning that this conversation about walking and steps has become a signal for shame or an unrealistic lifestyle, because it happens everywhere else around the world. It's only here that we're this sedentary. This may need to be a separate conversation about the fact that people get online and censor themselves in every conversation online. Because if when you see someone else living a lifestyle that is unrealistic to your lifestyle and you feel shamed by them sharing their results, that's a whole other conversation.
I lost 4 pounds overnight, and this is why it doesn't mean shit. I told you guys that I went out all weekend long and I was drinking, I was partying, I was eating like shit, and I went up to like 219.8. And I was just like, there's no possible way that I gained that much weight in a single solitary weekend. So I get on the scale this morning and I was 215.8, which means it was in fact water, sodium, and just me eating everything known to man. So this is just your reminder that when you go up in weight over one weekend, that's not going to derail all of your progress. Keep going. You got this.
Something called the whoosh effect in weight loss. This is when your weight has been plateaued for a long time. Let's say you are locked in, you are doing everything, and then 1 week, 2 weeks, your weight is top, and then one day you climb the scale minus 4 kg. That's the whoosh effect. Many people have gone through it. You just one day you've been checking your weight, nothing, then one day you climb minus 3 kg. But this one is not for people that give up. If you climb the scale and you see that you are stuck, keep going, keep working out. That's the only time whoosh effect will happen to you. If you give up after 1 week, 2 weeks, nothing like whoosh effect for you. So keep going. This is your sign. The whoosh effect will happen, and you wake up one day minus 5 kg. Keep going, keep locking in, keep doing everything you're supposed to do. Keep eating well, keep working out, keep hitting your steps. Maybe one day you wake up minus 5 kg.
You've lost weight, you still have belly fat. That's because you were focused on moving the number on the scale, not really focused on gaining muscle and losing body fat. You've probably lost a bit of muscle. Instead, focus on these things. Stop trying to focus on high cardio volume exercises. Focus on lifting heavy to build muscle. You need to be in a slight deficit. You also need to increase your protein intake because that's going to help with building muscle. There is a massive difference in losing nothing but body fat compared to losing weight. You want to have more muscle than body fat. Stop focusing on the scale. It is simply a number. You are more than a number. Number one is consistency. Some people are in the gym doing random workouts or nothing but cardio. Stop scrolling through Instagram. Let me see what my workout gonna be for today. Stop doing random shit. Stop it. That is not how you get into shape. Starving yourself is not cool. Are you consuming enough calories? What are you consuming? Do you understand how much carbs, fats, and proteins you should be consuming? Neglecting to eat or even over consuming in calories can both hurt you. Last, being severely dehydrated is not the move. You're sluggish, low on energy, and you're constantly bloated. Drink your H2O. I say all that to say, people lie, results don't.
And those results are going to come with your determination and your dedication and your commitment to taking your time.
This is what I've learned on my fitness journey, going from completely and utterly shredded to soft, gained a bunch of weight, and, when I was super shredded, all I did was count calories and work out because I had nothing else to do. I was still in school. I just did my homework and went to the gym, and you know what I'm saying. So this year, or last year, I started working, and I work a very high stress job. I try to continue counting, but it would make me lose my mind, and I couldn't get to the gym every day like I prefer because I was so burnt out and tired. And when I started working out, and everybody's like, how did you do it? How did you get like that? I was like, you just work out. Just eat right, just work out. And it's way harder than it looks when you have work and an adult life to uphold. And it made me truly sympathize for, the people that I was saying that insensitive, tone deaf shit to, because they have lives. And my life was the gym. Of course it was easy for me because all I did was gym and eat fucking ground beef. And losing the weight was very, very hard. I started losing weight in June, but I was trying throughout the entire year, and I kept gaining, and it just really put a damper on things. So going from bodybuilder shredded to regular average person was a eye-opening thing for me. And I'm not even bodybuilder shredded anymore. I want to get back to that, but I need a better work environment, like a lower stress job. I love my job. Well, I just quit. But I loved my job, but it was just a lot. My job was a lot on top of trying to be a 10 out of 10 committed athlete, like bodybuilder, competition type. So I say all of that to say, take your time. You know, these fitness influencers, all they do is gym and eat right because that's their job. When you have a job on top of trying to do all of that, it's very difficult. You feel me? So take it in stride. Just do what you can do to be the healthiest that you can be and the happiest that you can be. So
when it comes to your fitness goals, my best advice for you is to play the long game. I've been working out, eating healthy for almost 8 years, since I was 20 years old. But I can still fit the same dress that I wore 10 years ago to my high school prom. Play the long game. Make sure you are eating healthy for the rest of your life. Make sure you're adopting those healthy lifestyle habits, working out often, 4 to 5 times a week. You should be working out more days out of the month than having an off day more days out of the month. You should make sure you're following the 80-20 rule when you eat. Play the long game.
All my body recomp girls, stay the course. Do not get discouraged. Remember, we are building muscle. Give that muscle time to build and repair. I know that it is tempting to want to track yourself by getting on that scale, but that is not going to be your friend, okay? Think about fat loss versus weight loss. Yes, we want to lose weight, but specifically we want to have fat loss. We want to be toned. We don't want to be fat skinny. Not me at least. No, if that's what you want, that's fine. Not me, okay? I want to be toned. I want to have muscle. I want to be built, stacked. You know what I'm saying? I want to be very big on the bottom, very little on the top, very disproportionately, amazingly ass fat. You know what I'm saying? So stay the course. And if you do want to have some type of measuring system, I'm not saying you can't get on the scale at all, but I'm saying doing that on a regular basis is going to feel like what you're doing is not working, and that's not true. If you really want to have a better measurement of results, I would get a measuring tape, measure whatever it is, your waist, your thighs, whatever it is that you're trying to slim down, and you want to be able to have a visual that and proof that what you're doing is paying off, then I would do that. But also, I want to encourage y'all to not be so focused on the instant gratification, and because it's not coming. Nothing's going to be instant about this journey. So get used to it. Enjoy the journey. Find a way to enjoy the journey.
I love this. Yes, ladies, tap in. We are recomping the body. What did I say? Body recomp. My goodness, I can't speak today. Body recomposition. Let's go.
Yes, you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. This is called a body recomp. No, it is not easy, but it is possible. You want to be sure you're in a slight deficit. So the deficit cannot be too low. Weight training varies. You just want to make sure you're training 3 to 5 times per week and you're applying progressive overload. Yes, you are going to have to do cardio. Make sure you get your steps in and you have some form of cardio within your regimen to get to your goal. Yup, you're going to have a high protein diet. This means you need to have protein on all of your main plates, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You just want to make sure every week you are improving. Now, you're going to have to be consistent with all the things I just listed out.
Yes, we want to build that muscle. I'm telling you, as you age, that is the key. Key, okay? Kiki.
If you're trying to get hot and healthy, but you've hit a plateau, here are 2 mindset changes that you need to have to keep going. Okay, number 1, and this might sound harsh, but you can't quit. The person that has your dream body is not a quitter. And they got their dream body not from genetics, but simply from having patience and consistency, and they didn't quit. And when you're in a plateau like the way I am right now, it's very discouraging, but who cares if the scale doesn't move in a week? Who cares if the scale doesn't move in 2 or 3 or a month? Who cares? Just keep going. Because if you think about it, what is a week, right? You're gonna look back in a year from now with your dream body and not even remember the week. So why would you quit? Why are you giving up on yourself? Okay, number 2, you need to know and believe that it is possible for you to get what you want. It is possible for you to have the body of your dreams. And I get it, when you get on that scale and it's not moving, you start to doubt yourself, but you need to understand that those doubts are not real and you are in control. You are in control, you are in the driver's seat, you have all of the power in the world to get the things you want in life. It is possible. And if you know you are in a calorie deficit, like you know, and the scale is not moving, it is okay to take a little break from the scale, okay? Those are the 2 mindset shifts that you need to have if you are going through a plateau. Do not give up and know that it is possible. And I really wanted to share this with you guys because I just went through a 3-week plateau and I didn't get on the scale because it was like really getting in my head. But I was feeling good this morning, even though I'm on day 3 of my period. And I think I still have SIBO. But I was feeling really good, so I got on the scale and I was very happy that I didn't give up. So yeah, stay hot, stay disciplined, don't give up, and let's get hot and healthy.
If you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number 1 purpose in life, is to better oneself.
And honestly, it's one of the best purposes one can have in life, to see yourself improve, to see yourself learn and grow and achieve your accomplishments. So I encourage you all to continue at it. I have faith that you do care about yourself. That's why you're here. If you made it to the end of the video, smash the like button for me. And if you are ready, please subscribe. And I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.